All right, we're just seeing how this is going. Trying to figure out how to add stuff. Let me see. All right, so we're seeing how this works. And all right, so this is the Gun Violence Archive. This is a website that I use, and we're taking a look. I cover defensive gun uses. Again, this is really just a test run to see how this works, but this is the website that I always come to. It's not run by the FBI. It's not. It's local. It's independently run, so it's a little more. It's a lot more truthful. I'm sure you will never hear on left-leaning media about the 1,075 defensive gun uses, and it's cool. You can click on them, and then, boom, there they are. What you see is, yeah, there are terrible things that happen. There are mass shootings that happen all the time, and fuck people who commit those. But what they don't tell you is that people also use guns every day, potentially every day, to defend themselves from scumbag piece of shit criminals. So again, just learning how to use this. So let's take a look. Let me just pull this one up here.
Coming up with to scare off criminals. If you saw this is our go vote for tonight. Would you feel safer or uncomfortable? So right now the vote is 65% of you saying safer, 35% uncomfortable. So be sure to vote at fox29.com/go vote. Shawnette, you spoke with the gas station owner who says this is needed to keep both his workers and customers safe.
Yeah, interesting listening to those numbers you just gave us, Sheba. So the store manager says that he had to do something more than call 911. And most customers, I'll tell you, that I talked to this evening on and off camera say that they support this, but there were a few who say they don't believe this is the right approach. Hired security strapped with AR-15s or shotguns, standing guard and walking the property of this North Philly gas station and convenience store.
This is supposed to be a city, right? And you got the kids walking around. Guns like this should be on the battlefield.
Corey Bear.
Your kids are the reason they're there. These kids. Oh, I got some videos about your kids.
Corey says she's on board with it.
If you're trying to get gas, you live in a bad area, and the only place is here, and they're getting robbed all the time. I mean, I support the owner.
Neil Patel.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, why is it a bad area? Huh? Why is it a bad area? And let's listen to the guy. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to the racist who owns this gas station and wants people there to be safe. What a crazy right-wing extremist idea, using guns to defend yourself and your property. That sounds like a construct of white supremacy.
The manager of this Carco shop franchise at Broad and Clearfield.
We are tired from this all nonsense. Robbery, drug trafficking, racketings, all kind of hanging around all gangs.
He shared with me these videos of what has led up to this drastic response to crime at his business. Over the past few weeks, he says his store was trashed by young people, an ATM stolen out of the store.
Young people. Yeah. From which group?
And he says his car was vandalized while parked at the store.
They're forcing us to hire the security, high level security, state level. I am
Correct. It is a response to the community fucking up his property. You are forcing him to defend himself because Krasner will not prosecute black kids who are making the ghetto bigger. If this guy leaves, you've now created a bigger food desert.
fear for my safety of my employee as well as my nice neighborhood, all customers.
So 3 weeks ago, he hired the Pennsylvania site state agents.
We wear Kevlar. We are trained. My guys go to training every other week. They're proficient with this. They're proficient with their taser. They know the laws.
Andre Boyer is the chief of the company.
As a Pennsylvania state agent, that's what it's.
At least he had good trigger discipline. You see that?
Pennsylvania state agent, that's what it says. The law tells us that we have a right to protect this property in the
company.
As a Pennsylvania.
That's good. Good trigger discipline. See right there? That's good trigger discipline. Finger off the trigger. I mean, that still might have it a little higher, but you know, he's in Philly. He's ready. He knows what's going on.
The company.
As a Pennsylvania state agent, that's what it says. The law tells us that we have a right to protect this property in any means necessary and whatever force necessary.
Oh, based sign. Look at that sign. That is a sign that deters criminals. Okay? God, why don't fucking liberals and Democrats get that?
To be used to protect it.
This man told employees he's against it. I asked Patel about it.
Really? Are you against the people who are robbing this guy's place? Have you told them to stop fucking up your local Indian owner's gas station? I bet not.
They feel like
You're going to protest. Oh, now that it's harder for my community to rob you, now suddenly that's a problem, right? Get the fuck out of here.
using guns, you know, when we have such a big problem with guns in the city is not the right message.
And that's not a right. I understand that, but according to some people, violent people, they carry the gun. Then they're not afraid then. And this is the protection for neighborhood and the customers.
All right, so you heard him. He just
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look how the media talks to him. You think it's okay to defend yourself? Yeah, bitch.
said that people who are against this are concerned about the armed security, but they should be concerned about the bad guys who are out there carrying the guns. Meanwhile, Patel says that he's had a store there for about 20 years. He said the crime has gotten increasingly worse just over the past few years. And he tells me that in the past 3 weeks, he hasn't had any issues with the crime since bringing.
Wow, no issues. Because they know they'll fight back. Oh my God. All right, unbelievable. Let's go to another one. Just give me a sec. I'll pull it up. Let's take a look at this one. Man, who has a problem with someone?
Would-be burglar was shot
Here's another person who has a problem with people defending themselves. This is unbelievable.
overnight, trying to force his way into an apartment.
It happened around 1:30 this morning on Nicholasville Road. Officers say by the time they arrived, the suspect was gone. They found him about an hour later at the hospital. Police say the person who shot the suspect will likely not face charges because of Kentucky's self-defense laws. WKYT Samantha Valentino.
I know, it's horrible, right? Oh my God.
Takes a closer look into those laws. It's our top story at 6.
Kentucky state law says the use of physical force upon another person is justifiable when the defendant believes such force is necessary to protect himself against the use or imminent use of unlawful physical force.
And I'm going to say that somebody breaking in my home with a gun, or someone beating up someone or one of my family members, or 3-4 kids breaking in my home, kicking in my door, I don't think they're selling me Girl Scout cookies. That should be simple, right? And for all the people who are going to come here and say, oh, you don't need a gun. You don't need a gun. Yeah, well, guess what? You know, I'm working 50 hours a week. I'm working second shift. I barely have the money to afford ammo and to go to a range and get better. But you're telling me that I should what? I should arm bar a bullet? Can I Muay Thai kick a shotgun round? Like, does my wife have to put up her dukes if 3 black teens kick in our door, try and rob us? Does my wife have to fight her with their fists? Oh my God.
And the use of deadly physical force is justifiable when the defendant believes it's necessary to protect himself against death, serious physical injury, kidnapping, sexual intercourse compelled by force or threat, or felony involving the use of force.
Kentucky is on the more extreme end of the spectrum because it has a law that makes it harder for law enforcement to investigate cases in which someone has shot another person or killed another person if they claim that they acted in self-defense.
Right, but that doesn't stop the investigation. Okay? Get your panties, relax, calm down. I know you want to hug the criminals and the poor criminals, but the law is supposed to protect the victims. I always find it fascinating when people get more upset over the common citizen, over a person not break. Why are you so upset over people defending themselves and you're not this upset with criminals? Fascinating.
In Kentucky, a person who uses force and is justified is immune from prosecution and civil action. However, law enforcement may use standard procedures for investigating the use of force.
And while that may seem reasonable on its face, that actually does heighten the standard for arrest in self-defense cases and makes it more difficult to arrest someone once they claim self-defense.
State law says
I don't believe that at all. I know plenty of people who've been arrested for defending themselves, and they have to literally go. Some have to go in front of a grand jury, even when it's on tape that they defended their life. Because you have a lot of these Soros-funded DAs. Oh, you're defending yourself from the poor criminals. Bullshit.
as a person is presumed to have reasonable fear of harm when using defensive force against another individual, if that individual is in the process of or had entered a dwelling, residence, or occupied vehicle. In Lexington, Samantha Valentino.
It's just unbelievable, man. You know, I don't get the problem with people. I don't know why they have such an issue with people defending themselves. Like, what is your fucking problem? The average person cannot spend 5-6 days a week in an MMA gym. The average income, people are suffering out here. People are trying to buy groceries, and you have cities where people are literally not punishing black criminals because, oh, the poor blacks. Oh, no. Did you know slavery is the reason that 12-year-old kids are allowed to carjack you? And then what's the answer? They try to remove your ability to defend yourself. My mom is almost 70 years old. Are you telling me she's not allowed to defend herself with a gun? Well, let me guess. Someone's going to come on here and say, oh, man, well, someone's going to gaslight the shit out of me. Oh, that's not happening. Bro, that's not happening. There are no kids doing anything. Oh, okay. You ready? Well, seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. One sec. Let me pull this up. Here we go.
Residents in parts of Philadelphia are on high alert tonight after a string of violent robberies. 5 people attacked and threatened with guns in less than an hour. And Jenny, you spoke to a victim. Scraped his legs, and he has new concerns.
Less than an hour, 5 people. Super predators. Hillary Clinton was right. Super predators.
About the neighborhood in which he's lived the last 30 years.
The guy clocked me in the side of the head, and I went down.
61-year-old Nicholas.
Now, right here. Multiple people are attacking this guy. Are you telling me this guy has to put up his hands and fight 5 kids? Kids! This is why nobody wants to be around you. This is why people don't want to live in your community. And, you know, I'm not going to feel bad if a white guy or an Asian woman, Bernie Goetz is your fucking kids. Look at this shit.
Borman of Fishtown.
And there are Democrats out there whose answer is to take away our ability to defend ourselves. That's their answer. The answer isn't to crack down on the majority black criminals. Their answer is to disarm us. That blows my mind.
Describing how he was assaulted and robbed on his way to
Bam, bam. Like, I wouldn't, if he shot one of these kids right now, I wouldn't care. I would not care. Stop. They knocked him on the ground. They're going through his pockets. Stop robbing people. God, go to school.
work Wednesday morning. The 5:30 a.m. attack on the 1300 block of East Oxford Street caught on.
That guy's in terrible shape. Look at that. Screaming. And no one's going to help you. You ever heard of the bystander effect? No one's going to come out and help this guy. You like, if the police arrest these kids, they're going to let them go that same day or the next day. Krasner's not going to do anything.
A neighbor's Ring camera.
They get me down to the ground. I'm kind of
Knocked him on the ground again. Why are you not carrying, old man? They're picking on you because you're an old man. They see you as an easy victim. I hate to say that, and you are, because you're older and you're outnumbered. What choice do you have? I'm not going to vote you guilty if I'm on a grand jury and I see a video of 5 guys beating you up, 5 black teens beating you up. Don't worry, we got them on video.
wondering what was going on. And they're taking everything out of my pockets.
Philadelphia Police East Detectives Division says this is one of 5 strong-armed robberies committed by this group of 4 teens within a 60-minute time frame.
At this point, this is alarming when you see something like this.
Police released this video of the suspects, hoping someone
Here,
recognized.
look at this. Look how small this kid is. Do you think this kid is 10 or 11? I don't understand. And when these kids fuck with the wrong person, and that could be whoever. I don't care who it is. I don't care what community. When they get Bernie Goetz, and then the community gets all upset. You killing our kids, and the mammies come out, and Krasner will. I mean, Philly's still pretty based. You can still defend yourself in Philly. The Democrats haven't completely taken over Philadelphia yet. Philly is a Democrat stronghold, but you still have castle doctrine in Philadelphia. I'm not going to feel bad when these kids get, blown away. I got another story of someone not taking the shit from the black community.
Them actively terrorizing the community. Captain Matthew James also asking
Now look at this. They're chasing this guy, but they try to zoom out of the channel not to show you.
for the public's help.
If there's any video, if you have surveillance footage, please.
Look at that. Just I don't know what to say, man. I'm getting sick just talking about it. It's just pissing me off. Give me 1 sec. I'm just taking a look. I got a cup. I brought up a bunch here. Oh yeah, let's do this one. I got a convenience store worker who wasn't having it either. All right, here we go.
Hey, good morning. This 3-county crime spree has police searching for the 22-year-old gunman. He's accused in that carjacking, the attempted murder, and that robbery at a grocery store in the city. That is where the store owner
And this is media. This is Delco. This is outside of Philly.
decided to fight back.
We're just trying to work, and we come to work just trying to make money, to provide for ourselves. And next thing you know, our life is in danger.
What do you do? Look at the back. Give me the money.
Good for you, bro. Good for you. Fuck this dude. And, apparently I got to show you, but what this guy did is he was slick. He had a gun to a guy, and he made that guy walk in first. Here it is. See that? So he had a gun to a guy, or he just pushed him out of the way. And then here he is, pulls the gun and he's ready. But this guy shot him. Good. Fuck you. Stop robbing people. And I hate to say it, but what is this guy supposed to do? I believe halfway in the police, but what is this guy realistically supposed to do? The bad guy's already in the store. And in this moment, what was he supposed to do? Call the police? They're not there. How are they going to save him? They're not there. And this guy at least was smart and had a gun within reach. It wasn't at home in a safe like some stupid fucking people.
Give me the money.
Good. I had no problem if you mag dumps. No problem. Stop robbing people. You won't get shot. It's that fucking simple.
With a license to carry, the owner of that store protecting his family shop in West Oak Lane as
Based. Stop robbing hardworking people.
police say the suspect, 22-year-old Zaki Austin, tried to rob the place. It's unclear if Austin was hit by the gunfire, but Philly police and state police are now searching for him. He's also wanted for a carjacking and a violent home invasion here in Delaware County. That's where state police say he tried to kill at least one person at this newly constructed townhome development just off.
Yeah, I would have had no problem with the guy who owns this store blowing him away. I would have had no problem. No fucking problem whatsoever. Let's see. I got another defensive gun use. Hang on. Let me take a look. I think I got one in Oklahoma. I got one of a guy shot outside Montana. Hang on. Let's take a look at this one. And the cop says something really weird in this one. I didn't get this. That was really weird. Almost like they had an issue with the guy defending himself. The cop, like, this is what pisses me off about the police, you know. Unbelievable. That like the cop was upset that the guy decided to protect the people in the store. Oh, man. I guess it's taking forever to load. I guess we'll just, I don't know. Here we go. We got a nice ad. So we'll just wait a sec. Yeah, it's unbelievable. The cops are talking and they're like, hey, you know, man, when stuff happens, you got to call us. Yeah, but you're not there. You weren't there. How do you save people if you're not there? What are you talking about? I just, you know, I don't get it. All right, let's take a look. Here we go.
Unruly patron who was arguing with customers inside the restaurant. Well, that's when things moved outside and a shooting happened. I was at
Right, so a guy's arguing with people in a restaurant. He goes outside to get his gun. And then you had a guy who was a retired cop, went out to basically be a guard, a security guard. So just like the Indian guy in North Philly, this guy decided he was going to defend the people inside. So somebody had to risk their life.
at the scene tonight as officers blocked off the entrance to the restaurant with crime tape.
Right. They put up the crime tape after the shooting happened. See the problem?
They got him up to the hospital right away.
A man remains in the hospital after an argument turns into gunfire. It is still an active scene here tonight at the Montana Club in West Billings after an argument ensued and a shot was fired. A man taken to the hospital now in stable condition, but all of it happening during the dinner hour as patrons are inside enjoying a meal.
Yeah, but the guy's in stable condition, but that was his own choice. He chose to go be irate and then go get a gun to escalate it. That's his own fault. That's his own fault. But listen to what the police say at the end, and then we'll just end it there.
Yeah, I had to double check the address several times when this came across.
Police say it all started when a 35-year-old patron at the Montana Club was arguing with staff at the restaurant. He was then escorted out, and another patron chipped in to help de-escalate the situation.
They didn't know each other. I think he was just kind of being a good Samaritan, just helping the staff. And then he was the one that stayed outside with the guy.
So in other words, this guy was a good Samaritan, and then he provided security. Let me translate for this cop. This cop pisses me the fuck off.
That's when things got heated. Something sparked an altercation between them. The once unruly patron, as described by police, was shot in the chest by the man just trying to help out.
And usually when a gun is in play and then another one comes into play, that's the result. So I'm assuming somebody made kind of the first move.
The man who fired that gun told police he's a retired law enforcement officer from out of state. He was taken in for questioning.
Even people that aren't a police officer are concerned, an armed citizen. I mean, keep in mind, even if you're legally carrying, be careful starting something in a big public place or something like that. You know, the best thing is just to let something go and follow up with us.
What a stupid fucking comment. Oh my God. That's right. Hey guys, just let it happen. It's okay. Call us. We're not there, but when we show up, don't worry. We'll put up the crime scene tape and tell everybody how we have everything under control. Fucking amazing. So anyway, this is my first attempt at this. I'm big time, and I'll talk to you later.